You are landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate, but create. You are landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate, but create. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the pose. Don't hate, but create.
Hello guys, how are you? I hope my sound is good. I just want to reconnect with you a little bit, guys, tonight, and I want to talk about the Wabash River search. My last video was about that, about the Wabash River, and about the potential connection of Travis Trexler as the potential alibi of Keegan Klein in this crime. So before going with the live, I'm gonna see who's here. So we have our good friend Shane. How are you, friend? How are you, Shane? Happy to have you here, man. So you were talking about me in Frank's live. So he says he heard there's a connection with Keegan in the pipeline. So when you say he heard, it's because he was listening to me or what? Good joke. I know it's not because of that, but it's interesting, right? That when I was the poor guy because I was talking about Keegan, today everybody's talking about Keegan. So just funny, eh? Jer, how are you, Jer? Saying hello to Cryptex and to Shane. Luis Cuevas. We have Ruckus Rocks in the house. No, guys, Ruckus, he speaks Spanish perfectly. He's able to say El Jefe, cerveza, stuff like that. And remember that Ruckus, he was really hard and really solid on the Keegan Klein theory. He changed his mind after a while, but Ruckus is fine. Ruckus is a good friend of the channel. A very good energy always. Funny guy, charismatic guy. I really like Ruckus. If you want to call Ruckus, by the way, gonna drop the link here. I forgot how to do it. Fuck, I forgot how to check the link. Invite, okay, invite, copy. Let's say if our good friend Ruckus is gonna call tonight or not from Florida. We have Luis Cuevas. How are you, Luis? Happy to have you here tonight. Deb is in the house. What's up, Deb? Rebecca is one of the usual suspects here. Are you calling Ruckus a narcissist? No, not at all. Ruckus is everything but a narcissist. I really like Ruckus, guys. So I'm gonna share a video just to start the conversation. I imagine that you know Mind Shock. What do you think about Mind Shock, guys? It's a special character here in this community. Is someone who is never related to any creator. He's never doing any collaboration. He's doing his own thing. I know there's a lot of speculation in his channel. Himself, he says this is pure speculation, right? But I find that he has interesting ideas. So I'm just gonna play a video about the Wabash River search that he made right in the middle of the search, and there are very special, a very special information, let's say, in that video. I know we are speculating here, but we're gonna talk about Trexler. Remember that he was arrested just in the middle of the Wabash River search after the confession of Keegan Klein at the Grissom Air Force Base and before the arrest of Richard Allen. So there are very interesting stuff there. Shane says, I used to listening to Mind Shock years back. Not so much anymore. I think he's just playing all the videos. He's not doing like new stuff about Delphi. It's just like repeating the old stuff. So let's go with that. I'm gonna stop the video from time to time to talk with you guys because I think there are interesting stuff here. So let's do it. I hope the audio is gonna be okay, and let's go.
Poles topped with red flags as they moved along the river. And right where you were standing, they set up a tripod, like a surveyor's tripod, and had a guy standing out with a surveyor's stick, and they marked out every little area. They surveyed it and took some pictures for crime scene, probably, Gil said. This happened September 2nd, and later that same day, he captured video of state police using a drone over the river. Then, earlier this week, more eyes appeared in the sky. Gil said that a state police helicopter did fly over. I don't know if it was a figure eight or two circles, and then it headed straight south. I did look it up on Flight Tracker, and it is registered to Indiana State Police. Over the past couple of weeks, the searchers have raked the ground on both sides of the river. On the north bank of the river, under the bridge, sits a pile of metal and other objects collected during the search. Every day...
Hey guys, I have to stop here because we have a very special guy here in the chat. So I'm very happy to talk to my good friend. How are you, Ruckus?
¿Cómo está, jefe grande?
¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Jodido, pero contento, ¿ah?
¿Por qué jodido?
Mucho trabajo, poco dinero.
Ah, you're full of money, man. Come on.
No, you?
Your pockets are
Poco
full.
trabajo, mucho dinero.
No, me. I'm the one who is jodido, man.
No,
What's up?
you're el guapo.
El guapo. You are el guapo,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Your Spanish is better than my English, man.
No,
So-
it's not.
No, it's not. It is.
No.
What's up, man? Why so lost?
How are you, my friend?
Right now, I'm very happy to have you here, man. What's up?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You look-
I've always liked you. You know that.
Yeah, I know that, man. Same here. You look good, man.
Compared to what?
Compared to the past. No. Oh, you look so fine,
I'm
man.
Porto.
You are always puto, man.
Yeah, Porto Calvo.
Calvo, el puto calvo.
See.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So
People
why
in the
so
chat
lost?
don't know what we're saying.
They know, man. They're smart. Uh, why so lost? Huh?
What's the what?
Why so lost?
What do you
You are
mean?
not like you disappeared from YouTube, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where have I been? Yeah, I've got some medical issues, and I made some mistakes on the Delphi case by listening to other people.
Listening
So
to me?
no, not you, Hefe. Listen, you and I agreed a lot back in the beginning.
I know that.
Yeah, but it wasn't
And
that I said, "Oh, I'm going in a different direction." It's just where the evidence took me, and I should have been like that from Jump Street. I didn't understand YouTube, how it worked, and all that. So, what are you drinking? I see you got an ice ball in there. Nice,
it's some type of whiskey. It's called the Southern Comfort. It's from Louisiana. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's a good drink. It's not a whiskey, but it's kind of. What are you smoking?
It's sipping. You just
Uh,
sip it.
okay,
Yeah, be
cool.
careful. Don't drink it right down.
Too late.
But
So
with these cases, Cryptex, we can only work with what is released, and then we have an opinion on that.
yeah,
So, I mean, I've never had any inside law enforcement information on any cases. I just give my opinion,
hmm
just like anybody else. But you and I, we definitely agreed in the beginning. I would have bet the house that there was more people involved. Now, do you still believe that? That whole
of course.
Keegan Klein thing, dude? Uh, uh,
I'm convinced they were involved. The clients.
yeah, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
When they went to their house a few days later, when they got back from Vegas,
yeah,
and they found child pornography, and I'm sorry, you can beep that out or whatever, on his phone, that should have been do not pass go, do not collect 200. You go straight to jail. But they
right.
didn't arrest him for 3 years. Now, explain that to me. That's
I
always been on my mind.
Yeah. Do you think that he could be potentially an informant for law enforcement, and that's why he
That's the
was
way
freed?
I went. Yeah, you know that. That's the way I went. I was like, he must have immunity on the Delphi case or something. There's no way they should have let him go.
I know, but if that was part of a potential negotiation, and if they needed an informant there, you know more about the law enforcement strategies than me, for sure. And that's a question for you. Uh, do you think that a negotiation between Keegan Klein and law enforcement was something possible here, or
There had to be. Yeah, there had to be Cryptex because law enforcement definitely there was a Dropbox involved. We know that.
for
That's a
sure?
fact. That is a fact. And people were accessing that Dropbox. So law enforcement took that over and they were acting as Keegan Klein to catch
Sure.
these other people. So we don't know how far that went. It appears, and I'm just saying it appears, brother, that that investigation went away from Delphi and more to that Dropbox and pedophiles in the area accessing those images and videos and stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
what it
man.
appears to me, anyway. I mean, Keegan's case, the way that went down was crazy as well. I mean, do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you
Nothing made sense back then. Nothing.
I, not today? To me, man. I know it's confirmation bias. I know I'm stubborn, but my intuition tells me that the clients are involved here, man. There are. I know, and you made a joke about my post, but one coincidence is okay, but multiple coincidences is not a coincidence. It's a pattern. You know what I mean? You said it's a
Yeah.
pattern of coincidences, and I get your point. But I don't know, man. It's to me, it's really weird that the case was called for 5 years, and after the confession of Keegan at the Grissom Air Force Base, law enforcement went to search the Wabash River, and just after that search, they arrested Richard Allen. So
Yeah.
to me,
Dude, and I talked to Noe Ramos. I had him on my channel. Do you
yeah,
remember when he first came on the scene?
yeah, I remember that.
And there
The,
was a gentleman, I can't remember his name. He's a journalist. He has a channel.
the unsolved.
Yes, he put the information out first, but there was so much backlash that he took it down. And I wish that he hadn't taken it down. But I did an interview with Noe soon after that.
Hmm.
And Noe reached out to me because of my opinion about Keegan Klein's involvement. Now, what he told me was that they were assigned to the same pod, right?
Yeah,
And that Keegan left. Everybody thought it was because of a male problem, problem with his genitals. Had to go to the doctors or whatever. When in fact, he went to Grissom
Air Force Base.
to be interviewed, right?
Right.
So,
Maybe they were
and I
both.
believe, I believe Noe. I believe what he told me because I worked in the jail setting. I understood his way of speaking and what they did. He said, he created a little game where they would throw bags onto the tables and stuff. I've seen it all. So him and I understand that whole process. And Keegan got rolled up when he came back from Grissom. He got rolled up. Rolled up means pack your shit, you're moving. And they put him into an isolated unit instead of keeping him in that pod. So to me, that's sketchy.
Yeah,
And I'm
for
sure
sure.
you agree.
Of course, I do.
And I believe Noe. If you go back and watch that interview with Noe and I, he was very believable. He made me laugh, about some of this stuff. But it's because I understand where he's coming from that jail setting.
Hmm. So, did you go to the Travis Trexler, let's say, rabbit hole at the time or not?
Well, it wasn't really a rabbit hole, but when one of those phones connected up to the Wi-Fi near that house, and that happens to be a relative of the Kleins, yeah,
Exactly.
that doesn't look good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Right.
One of my hypotheses here is that potentially Travis Trexler was Keegan Klein's alibi, and
Right.
remember that just in the middle of the search of the Wabash River, law enforcement arrested Travis Trexler.
Yes.
So this is really sketchy, to use your words. You know what I mean?
Yep. And they did a raid on a home in Delphi soon after,
Right?
and made arrests on child pornography.
Exactly.
So it's all tied in somehow, dude. And I agree with you. I don't ever. I like the way you question things and stuff like that. I don't ever. I don't want you to think I was making fun of you.
No,
I
I
was
know,
just
no.
simply pointing out that
I know.
yeah, a series of coincidences could be a pattern. It doesn't have to be coincidences. It could be a
Mhm.
pattern. But I like the way you ask the questions and you look at everything. I do. And I absolutely adore your dog.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a trip, man. She's crazy.
Yeah. She likes
Yeah.
the snow.
She likes eating
Yeah.
snow. She's just crazy, man. But right now it is summertime, so it's gonna be hot for a couple of months. I mean,
Well, now you can't snowboard. You got a skateboard.
yeah, I know but my knees are not the same anymore, man. I'm not the same
Now,
because of
are you familiar with the Evansdale case at all?
yeah, of course. I know you're working on it with Steve, no?
Yeah. Now, Drew Collins, a
Yeah.
big skateboarder.
Oh, really?
Oh, huge back in the
Oh, what?
day.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he still plays ice hockey.
Oh, wow.
He
Really?
still plays. Yeah, he's active like you. But
Oh,
he very good skateboarder and snowboarder back in the day.
really? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's new for me, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
this.
he gave me a sticker that said Collins Pool Service because he would go in empty pools and skateboard in people's backyards and stuff like that.
Okay. Ah, cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Can you tell us something about the Evansdale, or is top secret right now?
I'm
Something
trying to get
general.
I'm trying to get people together. It's not top secret. Law enforcement is not going to tell me anything, and they're not even really talking to Drew. But I'm trying to put. There's been some things that I've talked to the investigators and detectives and stuff like that, and they've said some things when I start mentioning DNA. They've said some things that makes me believe that they either have DNA or they think that they can get DNA from the items that they have. So I'm trying to connect them with Colleen Fitzpatrick. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
No.
She's huge. She's probably the top person in the world as far as DNA goes. She
Ah, really?
solved that boy in the box case.
It's a woman?
Yes, Colleen Fitzpatrick.
Colin
That boy
Fitzpatrick?
in the
Okay.
box was like from 1942. They found a child between 8 and 10 years old, a boy, naked. He had a blanket and he was in a cardboard box off the side of the road, and it was wintertime.
Okay.
And it's been unsolved, but she was able to abstract evidence and use genealogy and find a sibling or a parent or whatever and put it together and solve that case. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about the case, but I didn't I don't remember Colin Fitzpatrick. That's interesting.
Well, she's offered her help,
Okay, cool.
and Steve has been awesome with his foundation. He's offered to pay for her to
Is
get involved. Yeah. So
how expensive is that?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I've seen what Steve's paid for other DNA, but it's not the same thing. It's not extraction and all that. And I would never put that out there because of he has a nonprofit organization.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
know.
here to tell you, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah,
Awesome,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know how he does. It's a pleasure and an honor to work with Steve.
Are you working together or in a separate ways, let's say, in the Evansdale case?
Well, we work together on some things and separate on other things. Last time I went out there, I went by myself. But we keep in touch with each other and we try to communicate as much as possible. Probably not as much as we should because of my health issues lately.
What?
Uh,
Sorry if I'm becoming personal here, Ruckus. It's about your pancreas issue, or what is your health issue right now?
and no, when I got to Evansdale, I got there on a Friday, and by Saturday I was in the hospital, and I didn't get out till late Wednesday. And it turns out I had pneumonia,
Oh
and they
shit.
also found out that I had congestive heart failure, and I had a bad
Mm.
headache, so they did a bunch of tests, and I have 3 brain aneurysms as
What?
well. Yeah,
Oh my
so
god.
that's what I had to deal with, and I'm dealing with it now. They're gonna fix it in August sometime.
It's because of high pressure or what?
No, I mean I think
No.
it just is what it is. I've had high blood pressure forever, but I've
Okay.
I've always told my doctors I'm not going to change my lifestyle.
Which
You know,
is
don't,
smoking, drinking, and
oh
fucking
yeah, all
around.
that, and I don't lie to them. I tell them the truth. You know,
Better,
so
better to die happy than living.
yeah, dude, I'm 61. I've had a good run.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure. No,
yeah,
but take care of yourself, man. You're still young, and
yeah.
you're helping with cases around. So
I'm
take it
trying.
easy, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'm trying. I try to work with the families. That's the main
Yeah.
thing. The victims' families. But all right, thanks for having me on. I don't want to
And
interrupt your whole show.
besides, No. It's the opposite. I'm so happy to have you here, man. Really.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
What other cases are you? Yeah, no, it's so cool, man. What other cases are you working on besides Evansdale, or you are focused on Evansdale right now?
It's mostly Evansdale in my house that I'm dealing with, but I'm also working on a serial killer here in Florida who's walking around. He killed 4 or 5 people in the '90s, and I'm working with some retired detectives and victims' families and stuff like that. I'm getting ready to go hot and heavy on that one as soon as I can. It's not far from me, but he needs to be in
Yeah.
prison. He doesn't need to be walking around.
And do you have any idea about the suspect, or just
Yeah,
investigating
yeah,
at this
yeah.
time?
We know who he is.
Ah, you
Yeah, we
know?
know who he
Okay.
is. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
All right.
But we'll get him
Coming.
when I put that out. I've worked with a couple different people on that, and you've heard of the Inquisitor
Yeah, for sure.
and Fig
No comment. Continue.
and Alex Voorhees.
Yeah, of course.
Um, we've all had our hands in this case, and it's about
Okay.
time. The Inquisitor did some great videos about it. But
Okay.
it's time to get this guy, get some pressure on him. These retired detectives are pissed off that this guy's still walking around. And he committed crimes in 3 or 4 different counties in Florida. And back then in the early '90s, they didn't communicate like they do now. So that was the problem. And the sheriffs were assholes, but they're gone now. You know,
Was he killing women, or what was the pattern of?
mostly, yeah. But it was all for money.
Oh
He
yeah.
didn't. Yeah. He didn't sexually assault any of them. He tried to rob. He tried to rob a gentleman with a gun, and the gentleman took his gun from him and shot him. And that's how he got caught. He went to prison, but then he got out. He's originally from Indiana, believe it or not.
Uh-huh. It's crazy, huh? Everything goes to Indiana at one point. It's
Yeah,
crazy about the state.
but
So,
he's a piece of shit. He needs to be locked up.
yeah, man. Coming back to Delphi and to the clients, I know that you were suspicious about the clients at the time. Today, what's your feeling? It's over, or you still have some ideas in your mind? What is your thinking today, Ruckus?
I think
Honestly,
that Richard Allen committed the crime alone,
yeah.
but I think that the Kleins are involved to some point. Um, they're pieces of shit as well,
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
no shit.
Yeah, so they're involved in some way. The girls were very active on social media, and we all know that's where Keegan Klein. That's he's any kind of platform for social media. Keegan Klein knew about it, and he excelled
Hmm.
at what they call it, catfishing, stuff like that. So, in some of those interactions with these younger girls, to me, it was Tony interacting with them, not Keegan.
Oh, you think it was Tony?
Yeah, some of the questions where, like, oh, would you go with an older guy in the bathroom and do this stuff? And my dad wants to know. I think that was Tony. I don't think
Mhm.
that was Keegan.
I think that Tony was not very savvy in terms of technology and texting. I don't see Tony doing that. I really see Tony doing the actual physical stuff, and Keegan doing his job behind the cell phones or behind the computers. It's just the way I see the things here. But
And
who
I
knows?
understand that, and I can see that. I do.
Remember that Tony was a hunter. And what do you think about this? One of the, how can I say? Uh, some people are pushing some narratives here, and they say the clients were so fat, it was not possible for them to commit the crime because they cannot picture, let's say, Tony or Keegan going out outside to commit the crimes. And you see pictures in internet, in Facebook, in Instagram. You can see Keegan Klein in 2017 going to trails, going to parties. He was really active, and he
The
was
red
not that
Jeep.
fat. He
Yeah.
was not that fat at the time. And
Yeah.
Tony, he was a hunter. And remember in the transcript, in one of the transcripts, Keegan Klein said, "My father, he's so strong that he's able to drag deers with their own hands." So that narrative that is just, I don't understand why people use this type of statements to discard another potential hypothesis. You know what I mean?
But what do you think about during the Keegan Klein case? And we got to read transcripts of his interviews. There was cases where two people were on two different devices in the same house, same IP address, talking to underage girls at the same time, and the only two people in the house were Tony and Keegan.
How do you know that?
That's
Let's
in the
say
transcripts.
no, but they say that the phones, the cell phones, were active and under operation, but we don't know if they were the clients. And you said before, Ruckus, that the phones were pinging near the Trexler house at one point. What if Trexler was the one operating the cell phones at his house? Because
Yeah, they
let's
weren't
say,
pinging. There's a
yeah,
difference. They were connected to the Wi-Fi.
to the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, there's
You're
a
right.
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you for the clarification. If you're Tony Klein and Keegan Klein, and Keegan is not stupid because he knows about technological stuff, he's not going out to commit a crime with his cell phone. He's gonna take a burner phone and he's gonna let his
Sure.
actual cell phone at home, and maybe Trexler or friend one, I don't know, they were part of this whole conspiracy. I know it sounds like a conspiracy, but I don't think it's an airtight alibi. That's my point. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't appear. If it was, and I understand what you're saying. Um, it doesn't have to be called a conspiracy because several people were involved.
Hmm.
And if it were, it wasn't a very good plan.
Why not?
You know,
To me, it sounds like a good plan. Actually,
it's really not. Um, to if they were going to kidnap the girls,
yeah.
right? And do you think they were going to assault them right there and then, or do you think they were going to take them somewhere else?
No, I think the idea was to assault the girls, and remember that we had this story about the ski mask incident. To
Uh huh.
me, I can picture Tony Klein and another guy with a mask, something like that, uh, assaulting the girls and taking pictures. And that was part of some business to sell the pictures in the dark web or in
Okay.
Vegas. I don't know, but maybe something happened. Everything got out of control, and they killed the girls for some reason. I don't know. I'm just speculating. To me, everything is kind of clear until the breach. But what happened after the bridge, after the down the hill sentence, let's say, to me that's a mystery.
Yeah,
I
there was chaos. No matter which way it happened, there was
Mhm.
chaos. But
Yeah,
if you take some of the information now, Tony Klein, when he was in high school, this is before cell phones and all that. He used to call these girls, breathe heavy, talk dirty to them, and hang up on them all the
hmm,
time. And they would press *69 back then. That's how you would find out and figure out who it was. Not just one group of females, more. So my opinion is that yes, he could have done it if Keegan had multiple phones that he was using to catfish girls, and something popped up on the phone. I think Tony Klein had the ability to touch that and get involved with that conversation. Some of those
Yeah.
conversations, any if you ask any detective, they'll tell you that's not Keegan. That's Tony talking.
Mhm.
Different verbiage, a different way of typing shorthand on text. You and I both know these days that you text short versions of things, and I don't know what half of them are. You know,
It doesn't have to be Keegan and Tonic. It could be Trexler and friend one. That's my point. Yeah, I know that.
Exactly. They were
Yeah.
involved with something,
Mhm.
no doubt about it.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know, man. To me, this is still an open door here. Uh, Remember that after the conviction of Richard Allen, we have Jerry Holman going to do some interviews in YouTube, and he says that today he cannot talk about the Wabash River search. I don't understand that. And that my interpretation when he talks about the Anthony Shots account is that to him that door or that window is still open. When I hear Jerry Holman talking about that, that's how I can interpret that his words. Let's say so. I
Yeah,
don't know. To me, there's something fishy there, man. Uh, I don't know.
yeah, dude. I mean, I listen. I understand, and like I said, I enjoy your channel, and I like the questions that you ask. We may never know. That's the
Yeah,
thing. We may never
exactly.
know.
Do you think that at some point Richard Allen is gonna give some interview to explain the whole situation here, or what do you think about it?
I don't know. I hope I get it.
Yeah, I know it.
But
Uh,
I doubt it. I doubt he will.
yeah,
You know.
you know about negotiation and deals in this type of cases. I don't know too much. I just asked chat GPT, and what I can understand is that in this type of cases, negotiations are allowed between law enforcement and someone involved in the crime, and that even uh, anonymous immunity can be granted. Is that correct, or what?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Absolutely. Why was the death penalty not on the table? This is a gruesome crime.
yeah, exactly.
Why was the death penalty not on the table? Um, I can't answer that. I don't pretend to know. I
Hmm.
don't know what goes on behind the scenes between prosecutors and defense attorneys. You
Yeah.
know, but I mean, he was found guilty. There's an appellate system it's in play right now. So we're watching that he's getting the work in the system. Excuse me, due process right in front right in front of us. Excuse me. So it's not like he's getting fucked over or anything like that. Now I think that his attorneys planned too much, and I'm talking about Richard Allen here, planned too much for the Odinist thing.
Yeah.
And as soon as the judge said no, if there's no nexus, I'm not going to allow it in.
Hmm.
So right then, I think that they were kind of caught.
And to me that's suspicious because
Yeah,
your your first reflex, let's say, is to go full Keegan Klein or to go full Ron Logan. Those
right.
are like proxy nexus, if I can say that.
Yeah,
It's
low
gonna
hanging fruit. Low hanging
exactly.
fruit. Yeah,
But they went with the Odinism theory, and my idea is that it was not a good move.
they all
Uh,
had alibis.
exactly,
You can't commit the
and
crime if you're not there.
and if because of the Wabash River search and the other stuff we know about Keegan
Yeah,
Klein, at one point Richard Allen and the clients were connected. Of course, the defense is not gonna bring the clients to the table because at the end it's not gonna play in favor of Richard Allen. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I agree 100%. And like I said in the beginning, I would have bet the farm that was the case. You
And
know?
today you are betting your room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm betting this chair, not the whole farm, just this
it,
chair.
it, it's a golden chair, man. It's an
Yeah,
expensive chair.
exactly. So, but I mean, a jury of his peers found him guilty. You
Yeah,
know,
but the jury they didn't listen to the client's stuff. Even the Ron
it never
Logan's
came
name.
in. Yeah, the
Huh?
defense never brought it in.
I understand, and I think that Richard Allen didn't have the best representation, but and I agree. I think he was a British guy and he was involved, of course. It's just that I think there were other actors, and most likely, in my opinion, the clients. So who knows, man? I hope we can know the whole story at one point. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Well, the appellate attorneys are working on it. I haven't heard anything that they're bringing the Kleins into it, but we never know.
I think at this point it's gonna be one of the best options, but at the same time it could be like a harakiri for Richard Allen. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
agree.
man.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Anyways, man, how's the weather there?
Hot,
In hot and humid?
hot and humid. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I go to the mailbox and back. That's it. That's all I want to deal with. You know, my dogs, they go
Oh,
outside. Got a shepherd and two Boston Terriers. They go outside for
wow.
maybe 5, 10 minutes and they want to come back in. They're not stupid.
No, that should be hard for your dogs, man. It's too hot.
Yeah, it's way
So
too
you
hot.
have full climatization in your house.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
cold.
yeah. It's 70
Yeah.
degrees in the house 24/7.
It's expensive to maintain your house at that
No. Mm-mm.
temperature? No.
Mm-mm. Well, it depends. For some people, it might be. For some people,
Yeah.
it might be nothing. Wouldn't even consider it. But no, it's you have to pay for comfort. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's
Of
why we
course.
work. Yeah,
Life is short.
it's too short. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. At
Yeah,
any
yeah.
minute, one of these aneurysms could pop, and it's just lights on, lights off. I'm
What
here, and then I'm not here.
what did you feel? It was like you were losing your conscience, or what
Yeah,
was the
yeah. I
situation
had I
there?
had bad headaches. I couldn't breathe. Um, it was mainly that I couldn't breathe. That was pretty scary. But I had pneumonia and congestive heart failure. I had all kinds of problems. But dude, listen. I'm an Irish guy. I drink. I smoke. I'm overweight. You know. Um, so it is what it is. I just got to deal with it, and that's it. But these aneurysms, I mean, they got to do what they got to do. They have to cut into my skull for
Yeah.
at least one of them because of the position that it's in. They have to go in from the outside and clamp it and cut it off. So we'll see.
And sometimes there's a combination of stuff as well. If you are stressed, if you were
Sure.
drinking coffee, I stopped drinking coffee because my blood pressure was really high. And I had an episode like 3 weeks ago, and it was really bad, man. My pressure was so high, and I was, oh my god! I stopped
Yeah.
drinking coffee. No more caffeine. Trying to lose a little bit of weight. And still drinking, yeah. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my whiskeys,
Yeah.
but
You got to have your vice. Well,
exactly, man.
I used to be in the music business, right? And a guy that owned the music store, him and his brother, he died of a brain aneurysm one day. And a customer came in and found him. And then another friend of mine, now he was probably 27, 28. A friend of mine, his
Oh,
brother in law's son, who was 15. died of a brain aneurysm. Well, he was out cutting the grass. He come in, his son was slumped over the computer. So it just is what it is. I mean, lights are on, lights are off.
Yeah, I did.
It doesn't matter what age you are or what kind of condition you're in or anything like that. Their brain aneurysms, they
Yeah,
don't care. You know. And I'm not
yeah.
looking for any
Even
sympathy.
some.
Yeah, I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I got your point. But anyways, you're feeling better now, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting all the clearance that I need because it's a big surgery. So I'm going to all kinds of doctors, getting clearances and getting the okay to get the surgery. And that's going to happen in August at some point. If I
That's
do
coming
it, I
soon.
may decide now, fuck it. I don't want to do it. I'm a
You-
cowboy. I shave my head. I don't need a big circular scar in my head, brother.
eres un puto calvo,
Yeah,
Ruckus.
that's right. That's right. So, I just, we'll see. We'll see what happens in August.
Everything is gonna be okay, man, for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll see though.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It was so cool to talk to you again, man. It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I love your channel, and I comment. I comment whenever I feel it's necessary to have to keep in touch with you. You
And
know.
and you have to be more active in your channel, man. We love watching you speaking, talking, or whatever. You don't have to solve any case. Just going live, man. It's gonna be a pleasure for us talking to you. Really,
Well, I've been
don't
doing this. I've been
disappear
going
like
on
that.
other people's channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
talking. I hate my channel's not called Ruckus Rocks True Crime. It's just called Ruckus Rocks. I have my band videos on there and stuff like that. So I may do some other stuff, but
Your band.
waiting for the house to get done. You know.
Okay. So sorry, I didn't understand well. You were talking about your band, music band, or what?
Yes, yes. I've been
Uh,
in bands since I was 14, right up until about and I guess about 10 years ago. I
what do you
stopped.
play? What instrument you play?
I played the guitar, bass, drums,
Really?
sing. Yeah,
Really? Ah,
yeah, dude.
what?
If you go on my channel, you'll see some where I played out with a band, and we had gotten together like one time in practice before this gig, and we had a blast. We had a good time.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, if you go on my
What
channel,
uh, what
you can see it.
what type of music you like or you play?
I played classic rock, Tom Petty, Weezer, stuff like that.
Ah,
Stuff
cool,
people
man.
like to dance to. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to check on it, man. Interesting. And do you sing as well or not?
Yes, yes. I mean,
Really?
I'm usually the lead vocalist. You know, because
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, already my personality. Everything I have is wireless, so I take the mic off the stand and I'm out dancing on the dance floor and going around the crowd and stuff like that.
Oh, nice, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play some of your music here in my channel. I hope you're not gonna strike me for copyright.
No, I've never done that to anybody for anything. People can use anything that I put out.
Cool, man.
You know.
So, anything else, Rokus, or
No, it was a pleasure talking with you, brother.
it was
You
so
have
cool,
my
man.
number. You have a way to communicate with me. Um, I'd love to keep in touch. I think you're a great guy.
Yeah, same here, man. It was so cool, man, to talk to you again. A
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling, Rokus.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Stay in touch, okay?
All right, bye bye.
See ya. So that was Rokus, guys. It was a nice conversation. I really love the energy of Rokus since forever. Uh, I intended to do a live tonight about the clients and the connection with Travis Trexler, who is, in my opinion, the potential alibi of the clients here. But it's almost 1 hour, so I'm gonna save that live maybe for tomorrow or for after tomorrow. Sorry I missed your comments here, but I think you were having some fun in the chat. I'm gonna try just at least to say hello to you guys before ending the live. Mustang, one of the usual viewers, suspects here. Monday, I see Shane. Thank you, Shane, for being here, man, tonight. Candy, Rebecca, Mar, who is one of my favorite moderators, USA Libertarians. All of you guys, you're just awesome. Mim Pingen, thank you for the super chat or super stick. Thank you so much for your generosity. Mar, again, great energy. I love Mar energy always. Beasley, I really want to pass to all of you guys before ending the chat. Deb, let me go here down in the chat. Luis Cuevas, thank you for showing up and to say hello. Annalisette, of course, great mind in this community. Anna, you should have your own channel for real. It would be great. I don't know what are you waiting for. USA Libertarian, never a barbarian. I love your energy. Low light recovery. Sorry guys if I missed some of you. It was great to talk to you or to see you tonight. So remember, maybe Friday we're gonna talk again. So I'm gonna end the live right now. Thank you guys. Thank you for your energy, and I think it was cool with our good friend Ruckus. Don't read any of mine cryptics. See you, Shane. Thank you, man. Bye bye.